Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another match reaction. If you haven't seen already, I have already done one of these live over on City Extra with Hugh. We will be live tonight, also 10:30 after the Liverpool match is finished and the Champions League action is over with. So if you would please turn your notification bells on. If you are new here, subscribe in the first place and then turn your notification bells on. Very, very close to 7k. We will be live tonight, so those notification bells will come in handy so you can come and join us, come and chat to us. We'll be discussing everything that's gone on in greater detail. And leave a like on this video if you haven't done already. And also there is a membership link top line in the description if you want to help support the channel further. I'm just going to get into it because I know people are going to be unhappy with me already because people are already unhappy with what I've said over on C Extra. So I might as well get into it. Look, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I always say that. You can have no right or wrong opinion. But we can agree to disagree. And I think there's going to be a lot of that in this video. I mean, where to start? Where to start? Should we start with the positives this time? I normally like to end on the positives, but I think I'll start on the positives this time because there aren't many. They are few and far between, but there are some. The first positive I do want to talk about is Oscar Bob. Trusted today instead of Doku. Doku had his chance against Chelsea, clearly didn't take it. I don't think he did. I don't think many people think he did. And clearly Pep didn't think he did either because he was dropped. Oscar Bob came in today, played on the left. I thought he was one of our brighter attacking players. To be quite honest with you, I was shocked that he came off. Again, maybe not shocked because it's Pep and we know we like to do this with young players, but you know, disappointed maybe that he came off is the right word. I was disappointed because I did think he was one of our more dangerous players. And he was the only one who was really looking like he was going to do something in the final third. Of course, had the chance cleared off the line. I thought he did both sides of the ball really well in terms of he ran at players, but he also kept it really well as well. Ball retention, something that, you know, he often praised Grealish for. So overall, I think he took his chance. Will he get another chance against Bournemouth? I would lean towards no. I would doubt it very much. You never know. I'd love it if he did, because we've got a player there, but I doubt it. In Luton in the Cup, maybe, possibly, but the next time we see him, I don't really know. Depends what Pep's really thinking with this team. He's got a few things to think about in terms of tactics, team selection, all that sort of jazz. Of course, then the other positive was Haaland, back on the score sheet. Of course, missing those chances against Chelsea, clearly wasn't happy with himself. Took his chance today. Of course, had a second one disallowed for offside. Took that one as well. Maybe could have had one or two more, so he's still not quite where he was last season. But again, I've said this before, it's ridiculous to expect him to do what he did last season because it was an anomaly. Let's be honest. It was an anomaly. Something like that just isn't going to happen again. So to expect that is ridiculous. He's still on pretty much a goal a game for the, you know, because he missed a few with injury. So he's still good. Still got a few gears to go up though, I think, in terms of, you know, overall being clinical in front of goal. But today I'll do him a world of good. He'll do him a world of good to get back on the score sheet. Score against the only team that he's faced in the Premier League that he hasn't scored against as well. He's ticked that one off. So it should do him good going into Bournemouth. And Bournemouth is just like a quick look ahead. If you've kept up with Bournemouth this season, they do like to try and play football. They're not like Brentford, where, you know, they shouldn't be sticking 10 men behind the ball in a back five and 3 men on the line and that sort of stuff. So maybe a bit of space. It could be an important game for him. Could be an important game for him. But that's kind of where the positives stop. I mean, apart from stopping Ivan Toney, I thought the defence did really well. I'll actually throw up my player ratings on screen now. Again, tell me how stupid I am. Tell me that that you don't think I watched the game in the comment section below. But I just kind of threw this together in terms of what I thought from overall perspective. And you see the 3 centre halves with 3 8s. We dealt with Toney. We dealt with Brentford's front two. They barely had a sniff. They didn't really do too much. We dealt with it well, clean sheet, which is something that I've been begging for, so I can't really complain in that department. Overall, defensively, Rodri was the man of the match as well, helping out there. It was really, really good, really, really solid. Now, here's where we delve into the part where people are probably going to be a little bit annoyed with me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to not go into what I didn't like just to not hurt people's feelings or to be shouted at. I quite frankly don't care. Let's start with the main man, Julian Alvarez. Let's start with him, and I might finish with him, to be honest, because I don't know how long I'm going to spend talking about him. It's bad, isn't it? Or is it? Or do you think it's good what he's doing and he's playing well? I'll be shocked if you think he's playing well. I don't care if he got an assist today. It was bad. Again, it was bad. I don't necessarily blame him too much. He's playing out of position. Let's get that clear for one. He's playing out of position. He's not a midfielder. Playing in number 10 is ridiculous to expect top-level performances week in, week out. And he's played pretty much every single game, so he's probably tired as well because of the way he plays football. It's very high intensity. He's probably absolutely shattered as well. So I'm not surprised that poor form has come around. But then drop him. Pep, please, drop him. Put him on the bench. Give him a break. If he needs a break, give him a break. Because it is coming at the detriment of performances, and the downturn in performances is coming to the detriment of our title chase. It's dropping us points. It's making us play worse, which is getting us worse results. And then we drop points. And look, it's not the main reason. It's not the sole reason either as to why we drew against Chelsea or anything like that. But it's a big contributing factor. Especially when having him in that position moves Phil Foden out onto the wing. You get a heavily congested area with multiple players who aren't good in tight spaces. And it just becomes an absolute clusterfuck. It just becomes a mess. And I think it's time now where he needs to run out of the team. He needs to recharge his battery. He needs to play as a number 9 a few times again. I don't want to see him play as a number 10. I'm sick of it. He's had a good season. All in all, he's had a very good season. Deputised well for Haaland and De Bruyne. But now it's just clear that something isn't right. Again, whether he's tired or whether it's just poor form, poor confidence, I don't know. I don't really care. Because something is wrong. And that something needs fixing. So I'd take him out of the team. I think he was poor again today. His touch is terrible. My dad described it as it's like he's playing in clogs. Like, his touch is just bad. That's not his strength, which is fine. It's fine for that to be something that he's maybe not as good at, because he's a number 9. He's the thing that he's best at is sticking the ball in the back of the net. And even then, some of the finishing, some of the shooting recently just screams to me that he's absolutely knackered. Because he either blasts it into Rowe's head. It's just not on target. It's just dragged wide. So something needs to change in that department. I don't want to go in too much because he's had a good season. But he needs to spell away from the team. He needs to spell away from the team desperately. The team needs it because I do believe that if he was to come out, we'd play better because we'd have players who are better suited to play in the role and the positions that he's playing in. And he needs it. He needs a rest. He needs a break. It's as simple as that. And I think that's a good note to end it on. I don't really want to talk about much else. I think that that's the main talking point for me. It feels like I'm, hitting my head against a brick wall talking about it, though, because I've been talking about it for weeks. This has not been like a spur of the moment thing. This is not a recent thing. This has been happening for a few games now. Our last 3 league games have all been terrible. Absolutely awful. Everton, Chelsea, and now Brentford. They've been poor. I guess, to end on a positive is that we've won 2 of those games and we haven't lost. That's the positive. That's the positive I'm taking. We're 1 point behind the league leaders, Liverpool. We're 1 point behind them. They play tonight. We're still in it. I'm not for 1 second counting us out. But there are a few problems. There are a few problems that I think that a lot of people are going to disagree with me on, but that's life. That's football. Not everyone's going to agree. So if you do me a massive favour on your way out of this video, and please leave a like, it'd be massively appreciated, and subscribe if you are new. We're trying to reach 7k as quickly as possible. We'll be live tonight 10:30 UK time. After Liverpool's finished, Champions League action is finished, turn your notification bell on so you don't miss the live stream and come and talk to me and Hugh as we go over the game, maybe the Liverpool game if anything spectacular happens there. Thanks very much for watching on your way out as well. As I just remembered, as I was about to finish, top line in the description, there is a membership link. Don't feel like you have to join it. It's not compulsory. But if you do want to help support the channel further, you could do so. $3.99 a month. You get some perks. You get special treatment from us, and it just helps support the channel a bit further. But again, don't feel like you have to. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you tonight for a live stream.